K4OBI, I need ICS on Echo Link.
Go ahead, Grant.
Just set my volume up, make sure I'm making it in, okay?
Yeah, you're getting into it, okay, on Echo Link. It's K4OBI. CQ AMRRON. CQ AMRRRON. This is K4OBI. That's Kilo 4, Oscar Bravo, India. My name is Troy, and I'm located in Stokes County. I'm your net control operator for tonight's Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net. AMRRON stands for the American Readout Radio Operators Network. AMRRON is a nationwide group of radio operators that understands the necessity of being able to receive and share information with others when conventional communications are disrupted or compromised, grid up or grid down. You can learn more about AMRRON by visiting www.amron.com. That's www.amron.com. Phonetically, that's Alpha Mike, Romeo Romeo, Oscar November.com. Alpha Mike, Romeo Romeo, Oscar November.com. This net meets every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. local time on this frequency of 145.250 with a PL tone of 88.5 and a negative offset. Prior to this net, at 9 p.m. and immediately following this net, we also practice simplex communications, and we do that on 146.420. Again, that's 146.420. So please try to join us for our simplex net as well. This is a directed net. This is your net control operator, K4OBI. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? If there is, please come now. The current AMCOM level is level 5, which means there are no known or anticipated threats to conventional communications. And the AMRRON Net word of the week for this week is Grace 08. That's Grace 08 phonetically. Golf, Romeo, Alpha, Charlie, Echo 08. Golf, Romeo, Alpha, Charlie, Echo -08. At this time, I'll prepare to check-ins. When you check in, please key your mic and either stay net control or your call sign quickly. Then unkey to see if you are doubling with anyone. If you're sure you're not doubling, key your mic again and provide me with the following 5 things. Your call sign, slowly and phonetically so I can write it down. Your name, your general location. Repeat the net word of the week back to me so I know that you have it. And let me know when you first heard the net word. If you heard it on the HF nets yesterday, or you heard it on our simplex net this evening, or you first heard it from me on this net tonight. This is K4OBI. I'm first going to ask for any Echolink stations that are listening in if they want to check in. Any Echolink stations, please come now.
is N8ICS, November 8, India, Charlie, Sierra. Name is Grant, located in Madison, North Carolina. I first heard the net word of the week, which is Grace-08, on the 40-meter Wednesday AMRRON Net, HF Net. N8ICS, back to net.
Okay, I'll now ask for any stations that are mobile or short time to check in. Any mobile or short time stations, please come now. This is K4LBI standing by.
KM4OCN. Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Charlie November, Mike. I'm currently in Southwest High Point. Net word of the day is Grace-08. And I heard it here.
Okay, at this time, I'll now ask for all other stations to check in. All other stations, please come now. This is K4LBI standing by.
Net control. This is KM4LDR, Scott, in Kernersville. Net word of the week is Grace-08. First heard it on the Simplex net earlier tonight.
Net control. This is KM4RQR, Jersey and Brown Summit. Word of the week is Grace-08.
Net control. Please check in Kilo Mike 4, Uniform Papa Mike. The name is Jeff in Winston-Salem. The net word of the week is Grace-08, and I heard it right here tonight.
Net control. Bravo, Mike, Foxtrot, Brian and Charlotte. The word is Grace-08.
Hey, Bravo, Mike, Foxtrot. I missed the first part of your call sign. Could you repeat that for me, please? You may want to pause for a second after you key your mic.
Yes, the call is Whiskey 4, Bravo, Mike, Foxtrot.
Whiskey 4, Bravo, Mike, Foxtrot. Gotcha. Okay, any other stations, please come now. Okay, so far, net recognizes N8ICS, KM4OCN, KM4LDR, KM4RQR, KM4UPM, W4BMF. Any other stations wishing to check into the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net, please come now. This is K4LBI standing by. No other stations heard. We'll continue here. Let's see, a few announcements. First, let's see, what's going on right now? Right now, if you're HF capable, the Mountain Digital Net is going on in the Pacific Voice Net. Those are the AMRRON Regional Voice Nets, and then the Pacific Digital starts at 10 p.m. So all those frequencies and times and everything are published on their website I gave out earlier. If you're interested in joining them, they do what they call regional rolling nets on the first and third Thursdays of the month, and it starts out in the Eastern Zone at 8 p.m., and each half hour it picks up a different mode in a different zone. So it goes from Eastern to Central to Mountain Voice. It's always good to hop on and practice and see how your equipment does and all that stuff. So again, those are on the first and third Thursdays. Yesterday was their 20-meter and 80-meter national nets. Those are on the first and third Wednesdays. And then next week is the fourth Thursday. On the fourth Thursday, we have an informal AMRRON training and RAGQ net on the fourth Thursday. And that is on the 147.345 repeater in Madison. Again, that's 147.345. It's got a tone of 103.5 and a positive offset. Prior to that, at 8:30, we do this on the second and fourth Wednesday. We've started a digital FM simplex net on 2 meters, and that is on 144.500, 144.500. The waterfall setting is plus 1200 for that, and the digital mode is MT63-1000L. Again, that's 1200 on the waterfall. MT63-1000L. Now, our first one was the Wednesday before last, and I was net control, and I was the only person that showed up for it. So, I know Grant said he was tied up with work or something, so he couldn't make it. Otherwise, he would have been on. So we like to practice our digital a lot. That's N8 ICS I'm talking about. So if you're new to ham and new to digital and you just want to get on and practice, you can try to join us at 8:30. If you have any problems, we'll certainly help you with setup at 9 o'clock when we do our voice net, the AMRRON Training and RAGQ. So hop on and try to check us out. Digital is a wonderful thing. It can certainly get information through when voice fails you. Again, that's next Monday at 8:30. Is our digital net, and then at 9 o'clock is our voice net, our AMRRON Training and RAGQ net. So I think it timed out on me. I talk too long. I get long-winded sometimes. Let's see. Are there any other announcements from any other stations that have checked in? Any other announcements? Please call Net Control now. This is K4OBI standing by. Okay, are there any late check-ins for the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net? Any late check-ins, please come now. Hi, this is K4OBI, your net control operator for the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net. At this time, I'd like to ask all stations to participate in the AMRRON Channel 3 project. Since your average Joe citizen is not an amateur radio operator, AMRRON has a standard method for trying to make contact with them through the Channel 3 project in the event of some disaster when conventional communications have failed. We do this with Channel 3 on CB, FRS, and MRRS radios. At this time, if you have one of those radio types, I'd like you to try to make contact on Channel 3. To do this, simply turn your radio on, key your mic, and say AMRRON. You can say your name, your first and last initial phonetically. Does anyone copy me? And repeat the net word of the week, which is Grace 08, repeated a few times. If you make contact with anyone, please let me know, and while you do that, I'm going to check for late check-ins. This is K4OBI standing by. Are there any late check-ins for the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net? Please come now. Okay, we'll now move on to our roundtable discussion part of the net. Look back through my list of check-ins, ask if anyone has any comments for the net this evening. First up on my list is Grant in Madison, N8ICS. Good evening, Grant. You got any comments for the net tonight?
I'd just like to say hello to everyone in the net. Glad you joined us tonight, and just like to encourage everyone to really get involved with the AMRRON stuff. If you're not a AMRRON core member, there's some people that are AMRRON members you join, but you get the most out of it when you're an AMRRON core member. So I'd like to encourage everybody to go out to AMRRON and become an AMRRON core member. There's a lot to it and a lot of stuff we do on radio. The digital modes, like Troy said, are just second to none on getting the signal through. There's a lot of times when we go to try to get the net word of the week from voice, and it's just not happening. But the digital net will roll around, and Troy and myself will be able to get the net word of the week fairly easily from the digital. So definitely when it comes to emergency communications and getting the signal through, digital or CW is definitely where it's at. So just like to encourage everyone to get the digital modes up and have fun with the radio stuff. And AICS back in that.
All right, thanks for the input, Grant. Yeah, just want to add to what he said. We're here to help you. The 790, so if you're in the middle of setting something up and you get confused or anything, just throw out your call sign and holler for me or Grant. We'll try to help you out, or you can. Over here, we want to get as many people up and operational as we can. All right, next on the list, KM4OCN. Tonight, he must be at work since he's in High Point. Just wondering if you've got your J-pole run up the flagpole, or you actually got your mobile antenna mounted now, Mike. Go ahead, buddy.
No flagpole tonight. I'm sitting on the mobile in the pickup truck right now. Got it on low power, just checking in and everything like that. But just information only for everybody listening. My normal communications, which AE cell phone, took a dive tonight, so I'm out of communications anywhere else. Appreciate what you're doing, and KM4OCN, back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Yeah, cell phones are for wimps. Real men use ham radio. And just by the way, I talked to Scott on Simplex earlier. He was coming in loud and clear. He said he had one of your special antennas you made for him, so good job with that. Again, it's working great for him. And speaking of Scott, he's next on the list, KM4LDR. Good evening, Scott. You got any comments for the net tonight?
I'm just trying to get up to speed here. I got my license about a year and a half ago, and only over the last 3 or 4 months been able to pick up some momentum, and worked with Mike's helped me get this antenna up on the house here so I can work out of the shack instead of sitting in my truck like he's doing tonight. But glad to be doing that, and my goal for tomorrow is to get this antenna tuner going and try to get my HF stuff working. So but just excited, trying to pick up some more momentum here, and once I get the HF going, I'm going to jump over and try to start picking up some of the digital stuff. But appreciate everything you guys are doing, and all the help from the people out there helping me kind of take this a step at a time and move forward. So I'll turn it back over to Net Control.
Excellent. Good input, Scott. Yeah, we're here to help, and it's not just as other fellow AMRRON people, but the ham radio as community. If you just hop on a frequency or repeat or something and then ask a question, you'll have a dozen people want to hop in and help you out. It's very, very helpful people in the ham radio community for sure. Next up, we're going to go to Brown Summit. My friend Jersey over there in Brown Summit, KM4RQR. Good evening, Jersey. Got any comments for the net tonight?
Good evening, folks. Not really to speak about, just basically waiting on that training next week, Troy, that's all.
Okay, well, we'll put that invitation to you if you want to come over to my house with your laptop. prior to 8:30, we can try to get FLDG up and running for you, and I can give you a tutorial here while we're doing the net and get you up to speed with that with your laptop and your bow thing, if you like.
Yeah, copy that. That's a possibility. The training I was talking about, though, is that weekend training, the overnight.
Oh, roger that, roger that. I'm not sure I'll be able to participate or not. I may be able to come out for a few hours Saturday, but I've got a punch list of things I got to get done around here and up at my mom's house that I've neglected since May, and both of them, my wife and my mom, are yelling at me, so I may have to stand down for a weekend to take care of some of that stuff. All right, Jeff in Winston-Salem, KM4 UPM. How you doing tonight, Jeff? You got any comments for the net?
I'm doing just wonderful. Nothing really. Just one thing is I'm a new AMRRON Core member, so kind of excited to start getting involved in that. I do have an HF rig that I've got set up, and I understand now how difficult it is to get that net word of the week off of the audio, off the voice. And so looking forward to getting some digital set up to get some more clear communication going. So I need to order that signal link box we talked about last week. I haven't done that yet, so I think maybe after this net is over, I'm going to go over to the computer and get that ordered and maybe have it by the time the net starts up next week so I can join you guys on digital. That's it for me. KM4 UPM, clear.
Excellent. Yeah, I just got my cable for my signal link for my 2-meter rig in Tuesday. I was going to test with Grant Tuesday night, but it got late and I got tired. So I still need to check it out before the net next week. Plugged it in, seems to do what it's supposed to do. So, it works good. So I've got 2 of them now, one for my 2-meter rig, which I really didn't know they made until I started researching it. And then, of course, I have one on my HF rig. Pretty much, I think, ordered a week after I got my HF rig. They work great. And important thing that W4SNA mentioned a few weeks ago, prior to getting my signal link, I was holding up my, when I transmitted, I'd hold up my microphone and key the mic up next to my computer speaker, and that works fine. But, in there, the volume that's going to come out of your computer, it's one of those autoplay videos on Facebook or something, it sound's going to come through on that, too. You don't want that to happen. And the signaling box isolates all that, prevents that from happening, which is a good thing. All right, next up, Brian down in Charlotte. You're hitting the repeater really well tonight, Brian. W4 BMF. You got any comments for the net tonight?
Hey, good evening. This is Brian down in Charlotte, W4 BMF. Just heard about the net and figured I'd stop by and check in. I think it's an interesting net. Never heard of it before, but interested in getting more involved with the organization there. Said I'm down here in Northeast Charlotte. Repeaters coming in full scale on me, so everything sounds real good. I do have some digital capabilities on HF, VHF, and UHF, so I'd like to hop in there and check that out. Just saw your website and would like to get more involved with that. But other than that, having a pretty good evening. Was just downtown in Charlotte and just went to a Trump rally and got back. So everything's going pretty good down this way. I'll turn it back over to Net, W4 BMF.
All right, thanks, Brian. That's where my wife's at currently, not at the Trump rally, but her and another friend went to the Christian rock concert down there that was a few miles away. They said the traffic was horrendous down there. But yeah, good to have you on board. And we do have another AMRRON operator in Concord that usually joins us on Echolink. But he didn't join us tonight. And there is another one I know in Mooresville that's checked in a few times. I can't remember his call sign off the top of my head. But we do have some AMRRON operators in your area. Maybe if you get up enough interest around there, maybe you could start a local AMRRON net on some of the repeaters around there. It might be good. But it's real good. There's as far as disasters go, you've got Aries and races, and of course they're going to be involved in helping out logistically the Red Cross and other relief agencies and government agencies. And the way I look at AMRRON is kind of a personal-to-personal thing, us looking out for each other, making sure we're getting vital information passed within our network, so people can make better decisions. You're not going to be able to make good decisions if you haven't got the best, latest, greatest information. So that's kind of what it's about. I appreciate your input, Brian. Looking forward to you joining us again. And I mentioned too, we do have a Facebook group on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, if you search for Piedmont Triad, North Carolina, AMRRON, it should pop up, and just click there to join, and me or N8ICS will go in and approve it. And we post some questions in there on equipment and digital modes and all that, so it's a good resource. It's easily accessible if you're on Facebook. And I've got a mailing list too I maintain. If you want to shoot me an email, I'll add you to it. And my email is my call sign, K4OBI@yahoo.com. So shoot me an email and I'll get you on my mailing list as well. All right, let me see if there's any late check-ins. Are there any late check-ins for the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net? This is K4OBI, standing by. All right, no other check-ins heard. This is K4OBI, Net Control Operator for the Piedmont Triad AMRRON Net. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to participate in this evening's net. I'd also like to thank the Guilford Amateur Society for them generously allowing us to use their repeater. It's got a big footprint. I mean, you guys can hear that. Brian down in Charlotte hitting it good tonight. Please note that AMRRON is not affiliated with the Guilford Amateur Society. If you missed our Simplex net at 9, before this net starts, you're welcome to hop over there on 146.420. Again, that's 146.420. We'll try to make contact again on Simplex. We'll now return this repeater to its normal use, and hopefully I'll talk to some of you on 146.420. 73, everyone, and God bless. This is K4OBI, and I'm clear.
KM4OCN, KM4LDR.
Hey, Mike's KM4LDR. Go ahead.
Did you hear where my phone dropped out and I can't make a phone call and everything out of it's dead, so I can get it fixed tomorrow?
Yeah, I copied that. Give me a shout in the morning. I want to make a slight modification to our plans for tomorrow, just on where we're going to meet up during the day. So just give me a call at some point, and a different meeting place for us to meet up tomorrow that may work out a little better for me, just with my path when we get done.
Okay. I'll use the shop phone and call you sometime tomorrow morning.
Okay, sounds good. And this rig is working great. Once I got it home, I just hooked it back up, and I've had no problems. The Simplex nut tonight was working great with this antenna, and everything's running fine with it. I didn't get a chance to work on the HF this evening with some other stuff. I was getting Cooper home and working with him some on his training, but we'll try that tomorrow, if not here in a little bit after the net. But like I say, all the power and everything is just working fine. I don't know what happened earlier today when we were trying to work on it over at the shack, over at Mike's shack, but it's working great now.
Well, that's good anyway.
Yeah, I am. We'll go ahead and go back and get that other radio tomorrow, though. This one's